SVG's Jason Dachman here with another episode of SVG SportsTech On Demand. I have the privilege to be joined by Namdev Lisman, co-founder and EVP at Primestream. Namdev, first of all, where are you coming from, and is everybody in your family safe and healthy right now?
Hey, Jason. Yeah, absolutely. We're here in Miami, Florida at our headquarters. I'm actually in my makeshift home office with my wonderful background here that is virtual.
Yeah.
And yeah, and yes, everybody is safe, and we're really grateful for that.
Right. Well, you guys are in the media asset management business. Everybody kind of knows Primestream for Exchange and some of the tools that you guys have had over the years to help, sports and other media companies manage their content. It's a different game right now when it comes to media asset management and content management because everyone's working remotely. They need to figure out how to access their content via more cloud-based and remote systems. So how does Primestream factor into that? How does, Xchange Media Cloud, I know, is a platform that can be really valuable here. What can you guys offer these types of organizations during this tough time?
Yeah. So our Exchange Media Cloud is a new service that we just launched. It's been in the plans for about the last 8 months. So it, fortunately and unfortunately for, we had to, push it out a little bit faster than we wanted just because of the nature of the environment that we're all in. But essentially what our Exchange Media Cloud is providing is remote access to all of your content. As well as just access to it. It's providing post-production workflows. It's giving you two different flexible ways to handle your edits. One, truly remotely, where an editor is sitting on their laptop, launching their creative tools, on their own machine and accessing the media. Or there's the other option where those systems are actually hosted, in a cloud provider, and
Right.
they're accessing it through like a Teradici or something. So, for our customer base that, is global, certain regions, don't have the internet connectivity to be able to pull media and proxies down in order to do their edits. So the other option to be able to have it do a cloud edit is obviously much more advantageous for them. So, that it's really about keeping the creative process moving forward. And the platform is offering both proxy-based workflows, obviously, browsing all proxy media, as well as access to high res as well. There's an interesting factor for our existing customer base that already have our platforms on-prem. You can already access that media remote or the system remotely. You get into some security policies in terms of can an editor have VPN access
Right.
to their environment and be able to at least access proxies and move those locally so they can do their edit. And depending on the policies in place is where we're looking at and we're advising in terms of what makes more sense. Could they use their existing system and continue on, or do they need to put up an instance in a cloud provider so that way they have a little less of the restriction that you would need with VPN?
Sure. So obviously the world is evolving and production workflows as a result are evolving at a breakneck pace right now. And a lot of media organizations are trying to figure everything out on the fly in terms of an entirely new ecosystem. Have any of your customers, adopted Exchange Media Cloud yet or changed their workflows to enable more remote stuff already just in the last few weeks?
Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, we've been deploying 3 systems for existing customers, and those would be fully cloud-based systems that are connecting back down to their on-prem, so they could manage their media on the local SANs, only move up to the cloud what they need in order to continue working. And then there's those customers that one very large a customer, a very large league, who were able on their own to leverage our workflow server in order to build the automation in place to deliver that content to their own private cloud instance that, they're now able to access, and they have their edit suites, all running on VMs in the cloud and accessing it through Teradici. So
very cool. So keeping like the content creation machine running, even though they can't be on-prem.
that's right.
Yeah. So, we are going to get to the other end of this at some point, but our little neck of the world is going to be very different in terms of production workflows, content management workflows. How do you see the ecosystem evolving in the future once we come out to the other end of this with likely more remote and cloud-based tools?
So we're expecting a shift to move not only the access and the post-production workflows up into the cloud, but also the actual production as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our workflow suite of tools that do have ingest capabilities, playback capabilities. So we're already in process of moving all that up into a cloud environment as well. So the ecosystem becomes more of a full production and post-production environment, whereas changing the infrastructure requirements, changing what a studio operation looks like. And now how do you lift that into the cloud environment, be able to leverage IP and pull all these different sources into the cloud environment and edit everything natively and locally in the cloud.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't think that that's too far off from where we are now. So, Namdev, thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. And please, stay safe. And our thoughts to the entire Primestream team.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you. It's in this time, I feel that we are, even though we're physically disconnected from everybody, I've been more engaged with people, using these platforms like Zoom, and it's been keeping the sanity going forward.
Yeah, same here. And so we appreciate you fitting us in.
Absolutely.
For more episodes of SVG Sports Tech On Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.